At first we'll discuss the first point, that is fixing nitrogen. All of you turn to page number 79 from your book. Some bacteria change nitrogen gas from the atmosphere into a form that can be used by plants. These bacteria are called nitrogen fixing bacteria, and they are present in the soil and in the roots of plants such as peanuts and soya beans. Now I'll explain this. All of you know we have a number of gases present in the atmosphere, and all these gases are used up by all the living beings. For example, we have carbon dioxide, we have oxygen, we have many other gases, we have dust particles also in the atmosphere. In the same way, we also have nitrogen gas. We have nitrogen gas present in the atmosphere. But this gas cannot be directly used by living beings. They need to be converted at first into some form so that they can be used by the plants and animals. So some of the bacteria, some of the microbes, some of the bacteria, they help in converting this nitrogen from the atmosphere into some useful form, and they get stored in the soil, and from the soil the plants and animals can use them. So this nitrogen is converted into ammonia or any other nitrogenous compounds. All of you know what a compound is. When two or more elements are combined together, they are called compounds. So this nitrogen is either converted into ammonia or in any other nitrogenous compounds, and then from that part they are used up by plants and animals, and these when they are converted, they are stored in the soil. And all of you know the plants and animals, the plants, they grow in soil, and the animals eat those plants. So directly or indirectly the plants and animals can consume this nitrogen from the atmosphere. So how can they consume this nitrogen from the atmosphere? Some of the bacteria, they help in converting this nitrogen from the atmosphere, and then they are stored in the soil, and from the soil all the plants and animals, they consume it. So this is called fixing nitrogen. So you understood how the bacteria help in fixing nitrogen. So now the next point is making medicines and vaccines. Making vaccines and medicines. All of you know antibiotics and medicines, that are medicines. There are antibiotics. When you fall ill, you go to the doctor, and doctor prescribes you many antibiotics, and when you consume those antibiotics, you recover from your disease and you are well again. So now antibiotics, what are these antibiotics? These antibiotics, they are medicines that destroy disease causing microbes. As I told you earlier, there are microbes which are useful to us, and there are many other microbes which are harmful to us. So these disease causing microbes, when they enter inside our body, we suffer from many diseases. So these antibiotics are prepared to kill those disease causing microbes. So what are antibiotics made up of? They are made up of bacteria and fungi. These bacteria and fungi are used to make antibiotics. So these bacteria and fungi, these two are useful microbes. They are these two microbes, they are used to make antibiotics, and when we are given the antibiotic, we recover from the disease. And since the beginning, the scientists have been making a number of antibiotics. And penicillin, you must know this name. This penicillin is one of the first antibiotics which was developed by our scientists, and it was developed from the fungus. Then microbes are also used to make vaccines. All of you get vaccines when we are very small. We get a number of vaccines to protect us from a number of diseases. Like for example, there are vaccines for polio, there are vaccines for typhoid, there are a number of vaccines that protect us from a number of diseases, a number of those diseases which may even kill us, or which may damage our body part in such a way that remain forever. So these diseases are we are protected from these diseases by some of the vaccines, and these vaccines are also prepared using microbes. And all of you must have got, all of you, there is a period when a child gets vaccine for polio, a child gets vaccine for typhoid, then a child gets, even so many vaccines are present now which the child is given, and then the child is protected from these dangerous diseases, and all these vaccines are prepared from the microbes. Nowadays you may be hearing a vaccine is being prepared for coronavirus also. So we are just waiting eagerly for that vaccine, and as soon as that vaccine is available, we will be given that vaccine and we can at least protect us from this dangerous disease, coronavirus. Then the third point is digestion. There are microbes which are present inside our body. As I told you, there are a few microbes which are present inside body, and they are friendly bacteria. They are friendly bacteria and they help us in digestion. Now, all plant foods contain fiber. All of you know fiber. What is a fiber? It is a thread-like substance, and the plant food, the salads or the spinach or whatever food that comes from the plant contains fiber, and our human body cannot digest that fiber directly. So how is that fibrous food digested? These microbes which are present inside our body in the digestive system, they help us in digesting that fibrous food. There are microbes, there are bacteria which are present in the large intestine and a part of small intestine. So these microbes help in digesting, and when we eat our food passes through the digestive tract, and when the food, these fibrous food passes through the digestive tract, and when they pass through the large intestine and small intestine, these fibers, they are converted into they are converted into simpler forms, so that our food can be so that whatever food we eat, the nutrients from that food can be extracted, and this process of converting the food into simpler form and then extracting nutrients from that food is called digestion. So these microbes, these bacteria which are present inside our digestive system, they help in the digestion process. And even some of it may happen that some of the harmful bacteria can get inside our digestive tract, inside our body, but these microbes, they don't allow the growth of such type of bacteria inside our digestive tract. They also protect the intestines from disease causing microbes, as I told you just now. They do not allow these microbes, these bacteria, the friendly bacteria, they do not allow the harmful bacteria to grow more. And these harmful bacteria, they may enter our body through any food source. We eat a lot of food outside, we eat junk food, we eat food from the roadside vendors sometimes, which we should not. But through all these things, it may happen that these bacteria can enter our digestive tract. But these microbes, these bacteria which are already present inside our digestive tract, they do not allow the growth of such harmful bacteria. They also help in the production of certain vitamins. These microbes, they also help in the production of certain vitamins like vitamin K12 or some other vitamins. So these 3 points, you must know how these microbes help in digestion. At first, they help in digesting the fibrous food. Number 2, they do not let the harmful microbes grow. And number 3, they also help in the production of other vitamins like vitamin K12. There are a number of vitamins you have read in the previous chapter, food and health. So these microbes, these useful microbes, they help in the production of such vitamins also. So for today we read about the 3 points in which the useful microbes help us: the fixing nitrogen, they help in making medicines and vaccines, and also they help in digestion. In the next class, we'll study about the baking, making curd and cheese, and decomposition. Please complete all the classwork given and write everything neatly in your science notebook. Thank you and have a nice day.